Today, I'm going to make the case that Gen Z may be more conservative than the legacy media is letting on. We're going to start this video off with the fact that online dating apps are collapsing. Gen Z is rejecting dating apps like Tinder and Bumble. Match Group Inc. that owns Tinder is not doing well in the stock market. Their stock continues to collapse, and Bumble's stock is in the same situation. Their stock is also on the decline. This shows that Gen Z is rejecting the swipe and match approach when it comes to forming relationships.
Whitney Wolfe Herd, co-founder of Bumble, was once known as the queen bee of dating apps.
Women can make the first move. Women are equal. And that's why we set out to do that in dating and then friendship. And here we are at business and networking.
But now, just 6 years later, Wolfe Herd will be stepping down as the dating app company's CEO and sliding into a new role while Bumble's growing pains as a public company continue.
Shares of Bumble plunged as much as 11% to an all-time low Wednesday morning after the dating app gave a downbeat quarterly revenue forecast late Tuesday. It also said it would cut 30% of its workforce as new CEO Lidiane Jones moves to steer Bumble through sluggish user spending.
A content creator by the name Ho Math recently uploaded a funny video explaining how modern feminism has gone full circle. Women have so much political and social power, they've exhausted themselves, and they now want a traditional family.
If we all collectively ignore men, stop dating, stop giving them any time of day, not chatting with men, not flirting with men, not kissing, not being intimate with men, do you think they will all come around and start doing like courtship and stuff? I would like to see this being done in a trial.
Well, good news, we already had a trial. It was called Civilization, and it's gone now. You said that you didn't like it because you couldn't be naked outside all the time, and now you can, and I guess you don't like that either since you're being treated as a commodity. This idea that you're expressing, what if we don't just throw ourselves at men all the time, we used to call that gender roles. You said they were oppressive. You wanted to make progress by becoming liberated so you could do whatever you wanted, and it didn't turn out to be much fun for you, which we kind of told you already.
The Washington Post recently posted an article about how more and more women are getting off the birth control pill, and it's causing liberals to lose their minds. Many women have explained how the birth control pill negatively impacted their life. Symptoms include weight gain and, surprisingly, attracting feminine, weak men into their love life. Many women have told the horror story of getting off birth control and they suddenly don't love their partner anymore because the drug fundamentally changes women's natural habit of choosing masculine men. There's even studies that suggest that men are less attracted to women on birth control because men can sense when women are fertile.
This is what I've learned since stopping my birth control pills a month ago. Now, in no way am I saying do what I did. I'm not a medical professional. This is just a personal choice I made based on information that I saw and looked into for myself. So do your own research and come to your own conclusions, please. First, my anxiety has dropped immensely. No random surges of panic while driving or on edge nerves like I want to claw my own eyeballs out. Or, that just happens while making dinner. Or when I'm short-tempered, it can happen where I lash out at people. I don't like that. Or I feel like short-tempered with clients, which is really bad. Also, now I don't want to eat everything in sight. I have a bad habit of feeling like I was starving or craving overly sweet or salty snacks throughout the day, even in the middle of the night. And I have a lot more energy now not consuming these all day. The third thing is I've lost weight. I haven't even tried to lose weight actively, but it just happens and stopping taking the pill. Which it may not be that way for everybody, but for me it did happen. I'm also able to not feel like a cloudy haze on my mind all day, like fog, like brain fog. I feel a little more with it and I'm more energized now. Also a positive. My extreme cramps have gone away. It's only been a month, but so far it's a lot less painful for me, so that's helpful. My face is clearer, body, I have like a lot less breakouts, which I'm already prone to because I'm sweating all day and have like thin set and sawdust in my face. I'm a lot happier. I just feel like I'm in a better mood, and this is the most important part to me. But, don't take 100% of what I say to heart. Take a minute of your own time to look up side effects and long-term impact birth control can have on you. In no way am I saying you need to take my advice. I'm just asking you to do your own research and come to your own conclusions. If I can help one other woman or girl, isn't that worth it? Share this if you have somebody you think it can help.
Abortion has been a major political topic in America, but liberals in particular are missing the fact that Gen Z isn't having much sex. If Gen Z isn't having sex, the purpose of abortion is almost non-existent. Many liberal women are protesting the current abortion bans by not having sex, which is exactly what conservatives want. Is Gen Z actually LGBTQ, or is it just TikTok trolling? Isabel Brown thinks most of the outrage on social media is all manufactured and doesn't depict an accurate image of Gen Z.
Chris Willix, who is a great podcast host, I love him, talked about this on his Instagram the other day. He said that there's this manufactured outrage cycle right now in American media where some person will post a video on TikTok about being a dog. I identify as a dog and I pee in a litter box, which maybe like 10 people in the United States might agree with.
Right.
And it'll
all
have,
Democrats, though.
Correct. Yeah, that's important to know. And it'll maybe have 20 views. And then it'll get picked up by a podcast host who will show it on their show to millions of people and say, this is what's happening on TikTok and this is what's happening in our high schools and to the youth. We have to save the youth, which then will get 20 million views instead of 20 views. And then the left will have to triple down on that behavior and say, well, yeah, actually, we do support your right to be a dog because we have to fight. We can't agree on anything or say something is crazy mutually and agree on that. And the cycle just continues to repeat. So I think most of what you're seeing about Gen Z really is that manufactured outrage. It's not based in reality. If you want to see reality for Gen Z, talk to your kids, talk to your friends' kids or your grandkids even. The number of stories I hear from parents who have 13, 14, 15-year-olds, and they say their kids are unbelievably based, have the darkest sense of humor, like they do not hold anything back. It's astounding to me.
She also goes on to explain that Gen Z isn't largely LGBTQ because traditional marriage has been replaced with the LGBTQ term demisexual, meaning Gen Z is sexually attracted to the opposite sex only when forming a strong emotional bond.
So great example. There's been studies dropped this month that 30% of Gen Z women identify as LGBTQ+, and 20% of Gen Zers at large identify as LGBTQ+. Is that alarming? Yes. Does that speak to the fact that teenagers in particular are being targeted with this over the head, being beaten with a club every single day, no matter where they look?
And those letters have nothing to do with each other. So there's a lot of confusion around that. Yeah.
But they also mean nothing. So we talked about this on the show, but the plus sign, getting new letters added to it every single day, literally to self-identify as LGBTQ+, might mean saying, I'm demisexual. And Dave, to let you know what demisexual
You told me once and I still, what do you like?
I'm sexually attracted to some people, but not all people, but especially people I have a romantic connection with. So like literally every human being
just
could
means you're an old
self-identify.
soul.
Yes. It means you're a person, a functioning human being with a brain and a soul. Congratulations. So I think those numbers are really hyperinflated. It goes back to that cycle of manufactured outrage.
Last but not least, men and women's sports has destroyed women's support of the LGBTQ movement. Young women like Riley Gaines have had enough of the gender bending and are beginning to fight back.
Want to be kind to me?
It is not kind to ask a young girl to undress in front of a man. That is not what kindness is. And if that's what you believe your definition of kindness is, you have a totally warped perception. And let me tell you, it's not inclusive to ask a girl like myself what happened to me and my teammates. It's not inclusive to ask us to smile and step aside and allow these men onto our podiums. That is not what inclusion is. That is exclusion. And it's exclusive to the very female athletes or women in general who Title IX in the women's sporting category was passed to protect and to honor and to celebrate and to uphold.
That does it for today's news. We end this newscast with a funny video. Enjoy and have a nice day.
I'm damn sick of it. You never help me around this house. When are you going to start helping? Really?
Fall back!